Hello Gemini, this is Joe, and we are, I'm stumbling on my words, I'm so tired. We are going to explore your superpower this month. Yeah, I know that sounds corny, but it's not corny. We got all these planets going retrograde, everything is upside down, inside out, and then we got a lunar eclipse, and there's so much uncertainty. Chains are being broken, bonds are being broken, people are rising up, and all kinds of truths are coming out, and it is a crazy, scary, but amazing time to be alive. And so what is it that is to your benefit this month? What is your strength? What is your superpower? All right, we have a visit by my cat Cleo down here, so if she starts banging around making noise, I apologize. Cleo she's a rescue. She's a bit of a troublemaker, so we call her Cleo. That cat, Cleo Baskin. So if she starts making noise, I apologize. This is a real quick read. It's over in a couple minutes, and we're going to move on. So, Gemini, what is your superpower? We got one oracle card, out to sea. You know, okay, before I say too much, this card, we need one major arcana, one minor arcana. This card almost reminds me of Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan just goes out to make peace with God. That's kind of what this card really reminds me of. Although the waters aren't choppy and stormy like they were in Forrest Gump, but this is like the after that point where he comes kind of swimming back peacefully on his back and is like had a moment with God. So out to sea, very cool. I really like this. The Magician, alchemy. All right, so getting in touch with God, with creation, with the divine. Alright, we're going to talk about this in a minute. It's like I feel like I'm getting all kinds of interesting messages. Two Cups. Almost the soulmate card in a sense, but no, that's not the direction this is going. This is not about love. This is not about friendship. This is not about soulmates, okay? And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to explain why. So, first of all, the first card you have is the Magician. And I really feel that this is... you know, the Magician is like the card of alchemy, and being able to, we know what a magician is, and that's not really what this card is talking about, but it is being able to bring balance, force, and harmony and will into existence. And so, you know, and I have this like two layers to a tarot card to me. There's my intuition, what I hear, see, feel, think, and then there's the traditional meaning of the card. So to me, a tarot card is like a sandwich, okay? And I think this is about you getting major spiritual downloads this month, Gemini. I think this, but I don't think that at first you're very cognizant of it. You don't really recognize it. And I think you spend a good amount of time at some point, or if you're not, you should, getting close to not only yourself, drawing nearer to yourself, but to what your spiritual practice is. Who is your higher power? If you don't know, you maybe explore that. What is it that you believe? Spirit, universe, God? I mean, it doesn't matter. What is your spiritual practice? You need to draw closer to that this month. Because I believe in this, you get a lot of crazy downloads. But also with this, you're able to make some really risky decisions, or decisions that might almost seem risky, but you seem to know how to, later this month, apply some kind of almost, and I'm really trying not to use the word magical, but you're applying like this magic and this spirituality and this this just kind of cosmic knowledge that is coming in. And I don't see this as really this isn't like really about manifesting, but you're able to make some very interesting decisions that maybe you wouldn't before. Maybe you would be very reserved, but because you are going to have some really incredible foresight far off in your life, and I feel like this is like a distance down the road. So I think this time, Gemini, in June, you are really able to make some really interesting decisions that might seem like a bit of a stretch, but it's going to have a profound impact on you much further down the road, so much to the point that it's going to be almost life altering, is kind of how I feel it. And I think some of you, especially with this Two of Cups, okay, this to me is not about a soulmate or a twin flame, or anything about really friendship. This is like about being completely balanced with your physical self and your spiritual self. And this happens by drawing near to what your spiritual belief is. You are primed this month to be a lot like the Magician, but not in the sense of I'm not talking about working spells and moon magic and all this stuff. This is not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is being able to really align some things in your life for things later on that you really don't know you're aligning. And so I'm trying to bring awareness to what it is you are you're operating in your shadow side, I guess is what it feels like, or you're kind of operating in the ether at the same time as you're operating in the physical. And so this is going to have a profound impact months and maybe even years down the road. So this is really saying to draw closer to your higher power, get close with that, because it's going to do some amazing things for you a little bit further down the road. And you might be aware of this drawing close to your spiritual practice and having a much more profound impact in your life. And I think some of you might be less resistant to being open to other things, and that's going to open other doors for you this month. So Gemini, this is really a cool kind of mystical month for you. It's going to be interesting. I think it helps to have awareness of what it is that's going to benefit you most, what your strength is. Your strength is the Magician card. I would say meditate on that. Really meditate on it, what it truly means to you. This is the Light Seers Tarot. So you can look up the Light Seers Tarot Magician on Google. You can find this image. Meditate on it. What does it really tell you? Spend some time and journal it, and I think you'll get some answers. So Gemini, that's your reading. We're going to end it here, and I'm going to talk to you guys again in, I don't know, a few more days. Have a good one. Thanks.